Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2. These were games that were recently re-released on GOG, aka Good Old Games. You can buy them separately, but I bought them in a bundle for roughly 15 bucks. For those of you younglings out there that didn't grow up with things like a direct connection or a modem, yeah, modem, kids, these are devices that allowed you to dial other computers on your phone line. And you had to tell your parents not to pick up the phone because it would break your entire connection. You'd lose all your progress with your friend that you're trying to play with. Fun times. Anyway, Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2. Again, RTS games are pretty polished nowadays. These games were released way back in the day. These are definitely not polished. They don't come with the features that you see in RTS games today. They don't have all the fancy graphics and the great cutscenes. I mean, take a look at StarCraft 2 and then compare that with Warcraft 1 or Warcraft 2. There's no contest as to which one graphically looks better and which one operates better. But as a kid, this is all I had. I grew up with games like Warcraft, Warcraft 2, StarCraft, Command and Conquer. They weren't anything to look at, but at that point in time, on a Windows 3.1 machine that would occasionally use DOS for various things, this was pretty darn revolutionary. So there's a lot of nostalgia here, but does it hold up well? Does it hold up well? Okay. First, we're going to look at Warcraft 1. Okay, so Warcraft 1, this is where it started. There's start new game, load an existing game, and replay introduction. There's no options menu here. If you wanted to change the sounds, sliders, and all that jazz, you had to go into the game and adjust things from there. None of these, the modem game, network game, direct link, that does, I don't know if that works or not. I don't have anyone else in the house that would even be bothered to play this, but I would play this for the single player anyway. That's just me. But there's an orc campaign, human campaign, and a custom game. The custom game, we can set the race, set the army, set the map. I'm just going to jump into the human campaign real quick. All right, I'm going to skip all that. Oh boy. So, typical RTS games, you click on them, you right-click, right? Nope, not how that works. You have to hit M for move or click the move button. Yeah, we're talking old school RTS right here. And then there's a harvest lumber mine gold button. Click, click. All right, so now we're going to gather gold. We're going to gather some lumber. I'm going to train another peasant real quick. For those of you that are completely new to RTS games, it's difficult for me to define the genre in less than 2 sentences, but short story is, you've got buildings, you use said buildings to train peasants and troops. The peasants gather resources for you, the troops kill your opponent. That's the gist of it. And different RTSs have different styles. Farms usually increase your population cap. In fact, there's no population cap on the top of the screen like there would be in a typical RTS. If you have to click on a farm, you see grown 5, used 4. So you actually have to click on a farm to see if you're at your population cap or not. Arrow keys move the camera around. You can also mouse to the side. At least I thought that would work. It doesn't, apparently. There is an options menu. Just briefly touch on that. There's game speed, music volume, sound effects, mouse scroll, and key scroll. I've got the mouse. It says mouse scroll normal, but no mouse scrolling is occurring. Let's try this. It was high by default. Let's try that. No? Okay. I think you have to left click when you're at the edge of your screen. Ugh. Yeah, I haven't played this in 10 plus years, folks. All right. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, just because it would take a while to get through this. But as you can see, it's functional. I'm in a windowed mode right now. It's functional. One complaint I do have about the DOSBox program, it stays on top no matter what you do. Like if you Alt-Tab to try and do something else, it won't let you Alt-Tab to do something else. It stays on top. It's like it's hard-coded to be on the top of your screen. Is there a way around that? I don't know. I'm not tech savvy enough to tell you how to do that with DOSBox. I'm one of those gamers that don't know jack about programming or how things work in the background. When I buy a game, I expect to double click on it and to play it and then close it when I'm done. Like that's going into files and editing them. Not my thing. Figuring out why things aren't working with a game that I have. Again, if it doesn't work, I just ask for a refund. I don't bother. Which is a shame. I probably should learn how to do some of this basic stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it is functional. It is functional. Sound effects are okay. The music is the MIDI that you would come to expect from the age of this game. Let's go ahead and speed this up if we can. Holy cow. Fastest. There we go. Not even a selection. I can't even draw a selection box. Oh, okay. I have to hold in right control to do that. Uh-oh. Clearly, controlling things in this game, not as easy as it looks. Again, you can't draw selection boxes like we're trained to do in RTSs today. So, yeah. Nostalgia? Great. Functional? Debatable. So, Warcraft 1, that's all the time I'm going to spend on this one. Maybe I'll come back to this when I'm bored, but I probably wouldn't play this again just because. I've played it when I was a kid. I'm happy with that, and I'm ready to just let it die. Warcraft 2, on the other hand, is a different story. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Okay, so once again, I gotta warn you folks that the DOSBox in Warcraft 2, the Battle.net edition, is sort of programmed to stay on top of your screen. So right now, if I were to go in full screen, I would not be able to adjust my OBS settings or any other recording software settings. So this is in a windowed mode. It may not look its best on my screen, but whatever. Warcraft 2 Battle.net Edition, there's actually two different programs that you can open up whenever you boot this game up. There's the Classic Edition, and then there's the Enhanced Edition. The Enhanced Edition does not support multiplayer in-game here. If I go to multiplayer, there's Direct Connect modem and IPX network. According to my research, you can play multiplayer with the Enhanced Edition if you use programs like Hamachi, but again, I'm not a technical gamer, so I'm hesitant to do anything like that. The Classic Edition allows you to play multiplayer, but I can't access it. I've put a ticket in with GOG. Whenever I double-click to pull it up, it blows up my resolution, the screen goes black for a few seconds, and then it kicks me back to the desktop. So whatever's wrong, I couldn't tell you. It's just, it doesn't seem to be compatible with my system. So I cannot access the Classic Edition of this particular product. I can only access the Enhanced Edition, which is what you're seeing right now. But from my understanding, the Classic Edition does let you access the Battle.net system. So you can play multiplayer with Classic, but I can't show you that because I can't access it. It's a shame. But anyway, so in the Enhanced Edition, you got single player, multiplayer, replay, introduction, show credits. Single player, there's campaign. I'm going to go ahead and do a custom scenario. Again, this is quite functional. I'm just going to do one opponent. Unfortunately, again, with this being an older game, you really can't customize very much. I guess we'll just do default. Okay. Like, you can't choose what your opponent's race is between human and orc. You can't change their difficulty. Luckily, you can change between custom scenarios and built-in scenarios, and you can choose your map, but you can't see what it looks like before you actually play it. So I'll just do, say, there was a map that was really small back. Oh, yeah, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This is the classic 4-player 32 by 32 map. Literally nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So we'll just play that real quick. Okay. Left click to select, right click to move around. I'm going to build a town hall right out of the gate. Again, with the ability to not be able to adjust the difficulty of the opponent, I don't know if I'm going to get slaughtered or not. It's, again, been years since I've played this. One complaint I do have with the music, yes, that is the music in the background. It works. But it cuts out the last 10 seconds of it for whatever reason. It just, it fades to, like the music is programmed to fade to 0 volume. But it's programmed to do so like 20 seconds before the song is over and you can't hear the rest of it. So if you care about the last 10 to 15 seconds of the Warcraft soundtrack, you may be disappointed by that. It's a small complaint, but I'm just like, hey, this didn't end the way... there's more to the music. Where'd it go? Kind of thing. All right, so in this game, you've got gold, you've got lumber, and you've got oil. I have to wait for this town hall to be finished. There is a settings menu, options, sound, music, and digital volumes. These are quite loud on their own, so I have it turned almost all the way down. Unit speech, building sounds, unit acknowledgement, subtitles. Speeds, game speed, mouse scroll, key scrolling. I would recommend turning the mouse scrolling all the way down. Otherwise, it's just gonna fly. Like whenever you mouse edge, it'll just fly. The camera will just go nuts. So I recommend turning that all the way down if you can. Preferences: Warcraft 2, Warcraft 1, mouse styles, Fog of War, minimap. Yeah, that's about it. We'll just leave everything as is. Hopefully OBS is picking this up okay. Again, I'm playing in a windowed mode. I'm forced to because the DOS box is always on top. Alright, looks like we may need a farm. You can see our population limit on the top next to the little food icon, 1 out of 1. Farms basically allow us to train more troops. Okay, music just cut off there. Give it a few seconds. New track. That's what I'm talking about. The music just... There's no reason for that. It just cuts out. I don't know why. I don't know why. So if you're expecting a big finish to a soundtrack... Just imagine your favorite song with a great ending to it just being cut off 10 or 20 seconds before. Like, you'd be annoyed too. It's worth mentioning that this Warcraft 2 game does come with the expansion. I think was it Beyond the Dark Portal or something like that. So it does include the expansion. If you're interested in playing the campaign again all the way through. To be honest with you, I don't foresee myself doing that. Like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia behind this, but with my time being as valuable as it is, and as many games as I cover, there's no way I could devote the amount of time necessary to get through the entire Warcraft 2 campaign relatively quickly. And with some of the technical issues behind it, part of me is kind of unhappy with the purchase because, like I said, I can't access the Classic Edition. Like, my brother and I used to have some pretty awesome battles with this, multiplayer-wise. And now that I can't access multiplayer with the Classic Edition, I'm kind of bummed about that. Part of me just wants to say, you know what? Warcraft 1 and 2 is nice. This is a cool nostalgia trip, but that's all it is. Don't expect anything groundbreaking. The enhanced edition, you can only select so many units like you could in the classic edition. Like you have a selection limit. You can draw a selection box, but yeah, you can, I think, select 9 units at a time. At most. StarCraft 1 had the same issue. I'm not gonna lie, but still. With an enhanced edition, nothing improved upon the base gameplay. It just... I think just it was tweaked graphically to look nicer. That's about it. Alright, I have no idea where my opponent is. Ideally, I'd want to cut trees in a direction where he's not. I guess we'll play this one all the way through. The control scheme on this is a lot easier than Warcraft 1, I'll say that. Now let's come down here and see if I can see. I'm trying to get a hint of where his peasants/peons might be. If I can catch a glimpse of them through these trees. He's either... I don't see him. Let's come over here and see if he's cutting. No. He might be down here in the bottom left. I believe their starting locations are randomized. I could be wrong about that. Farm 250. Okay, we'll do that. Now, I could cheat and do the Fog of War thing, but... Oh! He is to the right. See that little empty square there where the trees used to be? So we do not want to cut in this direction. Instead, I think I'm going to want to build some defense. I think maybe a tower? Yeah, in typical RTS games, you can build various buildings like barracks and lumber mills and blacksmiths. Your options are quite limited in this game, as you would expect. But towers were my go-to. I'm a big turtler in games like this. You know what? We need more trees. Now, the scout tower can see things, but I can't actually upgrade it yet. I need a lumber mill or a blacksmith. I got plenty of gold for the moment. Blacksmith. Okay, we'll take the lumber mill. Put that down there. Oh, I need to upgrade this before he gets through. He's building a barracks. I should probably do the same here pretty soon. Now, once this lumber mill is done, I'll be able to upgrade this scout tower, I believe, to an arrow tower or something like that. Again, it's been years. Guard tower, that's what it's called. And I'm going to try and kill these peons before they can chop their way through. Alright, I want to build another tower. We can upgrade arrows here, but I'm not sure if that affects the guard towers or not. It might. We can try it. The arrows, I think, are for the archers, but they may also affect this as well. There goes the soundtrack again. Alright, nice. Build an archer too. If we can stop them from chopping down those trees, we'll be in good shape. I'll build a footman just in case. Oh, I don't know if he can get through here or not. He can. Alright, let's back up. Let's put a footman here at this little entryway. Just to sort of stop him from getting through. And let's go ahead and build a blacksmith. I don't have any way to heal my troop, so I think we'll train a replacement footman. Oh, we need farms. Alright, this gold mine has 32,300 gold left inside of it. I think we'll be fine. And we can always start grabbing from down here as well. Again, this is a 1v1, so there's no one down here to fight. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this right now. I just want to see if that does increase its damage, this arrow upgrade. I'll be curious. And we have enough to upgrade. Go ahead and do that. Improving our town hall will allow us to construct other buildings. Cannon tower, 1,000 gold, 300 lumber. This thing's quite powerful. The downside is that it cannot attack air units. But I think I do want it. Because this guard tower here, totally not gonna take this thing down. Not with these peons behind here repairing. I suppose we could train a ballista. That would work too. Ballistas are like siege units. Alright, keep has been upgraded. We get an increase in gold and lumber. Okay, this upgrade is done. No, it does not affect. The damage is still 6 to 16 on the guard tower. And the Elven Archer has a +1, so yeah. This upgrade does not affect these guard towers. Some games it actually does. There's our cannon tower going to work. Ballista will be done soon. We can upgrade our melee folks at the blacksmith. We need another footman here pretty soon. Gnomish Inventor, Stable. Stables allows us to build knights. The Gnomish Inventor, we can build flying machines. I've got the flying machine. Oh, there's our ballista. Let's get him back over here. Pretty slow moving, but pretty darn powerful. I think we're free to go in there with a couple of footmen. These our towers should be able to... yeah, I don't see any opposition at this point. And it looks like he might be out of peasants / peons. Let's see if he cut it. No, he didn't. Yeah, he's done for. He has no more peons left. He's out of money. So we'll just come in here and finish this off. Demolition squad. We'll go ahead and get that one. Okay, stables. Can't train anything right now. There must be another prerequisite that I need. I think the castle. I guess we can upgrade, sure. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The stables just allows you to build the knight. You actually have to build the knight and the barracks. Okay. Do that now. If I remember correctly, though, I should be able to get... I don't know if paladins were in the 3rd Warcraft or if they were in Warcraft 2 as well. Again, 10 plus years, folks. 10 plus years. Paladins might have been a thing in Warcraft 3. I don't think the flying machines actually attack, so I'm not going to bother building them. I think they're more of a scout. I do believe you can get griffins, though. This is upgraded. Yep. Oh, there's a mage tower, a church. Oh, maybe you can get paladins. Let's try that. Alright, let's stop attacking this farm, just so we can see what other units are available. We're just going to let this farm burn for a while. No damage is done to this thing while it's burning, so I'm safe to just let it burn. But yeah, for nostalgia purposes, we'll build every building there is, and I'll show you all the different units. Just because I doubt I'll be touching this again. Which is a shame. It really is. Like I said, I have a lot of fond memories of this, but it doesn't hold up very well. And, you know, some of the technical issues I'm kind of bummed about. Okay, so Mage, we'll train one of you. Oh, need more farms, of course. I can polymorph things into critters. Those are awesome. Research invisibility, flame shield, slow. Blizzard's always fun. Deo Gracia. Okay, so there is paladins. Upgrade knights to paladins. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that, sure. And griffins. I wasn't 100% sure on that. I thought so. I thought there were paladins in this, but I couldn't remember. And quick tip, arrow keys, up, down, left, right, easiest way to scroll, I think. Instead of using the mouse to edge scroll, I just find the arrow keys to be a lot easier. Another thing missing is rally points. Like, there's no rally point system, so you can't tell units to go to this spot after being trained. That sounds like a dog panting really hard. Usually if you click on them a bunch of times, they say different things. Yeah. Travel the world, they said. I'd rather be sailing. Mm-hmm. So it's weird the things that we remember. Overkill, obviously. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut the video here. Should you buy this? Debatable. It depends on what you're buying it for. If you're buying it for nostalgia and you intend to play the campaign through, great. It should work for you. Hopefully it does. Multiplayer is a different story. You need to play Classic to do that, at least to access the Battle.net version of it. If you're tech savvy and you're not afraid of DOSBox and getting around problems and figuring things out, like if you're good at that, then this shouldn't be an issue for you. Maybe you'll be able to figure it out. And if you can work Hamachi, you should be able to use that in conjunction with the Enhanced Edition to play multiplayer. But like I said, I am not one of those tech-savvy people. I get frustrated very easily with that kind of thing. So if I were to come back to this at all, it would be just to replay the campaign and maybe a skirmish mode or two. But there are other RTS games out there that are much better than this. So I would recommend that folks that are... All right, stop that. I would recommend this game to folks that want to relive some nostalgia. But if you're getting into RTS games for the first time, do not start here. There are other games out there that ease you into RTSs smoothly, more smoothly than this one does. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.